Now then people, welcome back to the channel. It is back day. We are 15 weeks out. Let's get to the fucking gym. Alright, so we're here, back day, 15 weeks out. I always start my back days with lat pull down, so giving really. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it, shall we? Bit of a warm up weight first, alright? Oh, do you know what it is? I ain't even connected the right handle onto the bar. Okay, warm up weight. 15 reps. So we've done the warm up weight. We're just going to get cracking into the regular sets. I've got to be honest with you, I didn't really used to do warm up weights. I just jumped straight into the actual repetitions and the actual sets that was meant to do. And yeah, I injured myself quite some time ago. So from now on, I always do a warm up set. Probably stupid that I didn't do it. That I didn't used to do it, but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, gonna crack on. 5 sets, 12 to 15 reps. Increase the weight roughly on about the 4th to 5th set. You know how it is. Let's dive into it. Right, so we're on the last set of lat pull downs. It's an effective set, I've got to be honest with you. Like I always say, I always start my back day with lats just to really create that width. Like I've always said in my videos, before this prep and before I started thinking about competing again this year, I wanted to look myself in the mirror and identify areas that really needed improvement. And obviously with my upper chest and my outer tricep, obviously they were the key areas. My lats were something that I really wanted to develop. They weren't really a weak area, but it's definitely something that I wanted to improve on, let's say. So yeah, we'll crack on with last set and let's get moving. Right, next up people, still staying with the lats. I do 2 or 3 exercises on lats, but it's a little bit of a different dynamic. Only difference is we're not using a bar, we're using a machine this time. Yeah, that one nice, that one nice. Even though they're very similar, because they're working your lats, for me, I feel like they're totally different in a sense. Like with the bar that you're just pulling down on, obviously you've got to control the weight on either side. Obviously your right hand and your left hand, it's got to be equivalent, it's got to be equal. Whereas obviously a machine, your handles aren't going anywhere, they're not moving, so it's a little bit more stable in my eyes. But either or works fine just for me. A lot of you might notice as well, I'm not really gripping it really wide, but that's just because I've got small arms. I'm under 6 foot, leave me alone. So yeah, I can't really grip onto it as wide as I can, because if I do that, you see that, it's just not going to come down. I'm not going to feel any contraction, and I'm probably doing myself some damage if I'm honest with you. So that's why I have it slightly wider than shoulder width. And yeah, I'll just squeeze all the way down. And for me, that works. Obviously, if you're a taller guy, obviously make sure you're gripping it on a little bit more width. But yeah, that's what it is. Do 3 more sets of that, and then we'll move on. Oh yeah, one thing that I wanted to mention as well, especially doing this exercise, or any for that matter, but especially on lats, as I come up, I lean forward, really stretch your lats out. I see a lot of people coming up to about there, I'm not really fully extending the arm. Listen, that's fine, and that will work to a certain extent, but for me, I always like to make sure the arms are at the full stretch and literally lean up ever so slightly. So your arms at a full extension, and you're really stretching the lats, and then pull down. Like I say, if you do half reps, they will always work. If you do 3/4 reps, that'll always work. But for me, I really like to let the arm fully extend, and then once it's fully extended, just a little further with the shoulders, and then pull down. That's me personally. Like I say, if that don't work for you, that don't work for you, that's absolutely fine. You do your way, but that's what I like to do. And I feel like it works wonders. Right, next up, as you guessed it, sticking with the lats. On single arm rows, instead of bringing it back there to work the rear delt, it's exactly the same, but guess what? We're bringing it down to work the lat, obviously. Yeah, straightforward, simple, effective. Let's get cracking. Nice and straightforward, isn't it, really? Same principle applies. On the way up, stretch it out, on the way back down, contract and squeeze. Simple as, nice and effective. The first exercise and the second exercise, obviously using both arms. So if one arm's slacking, you can compensate with the other arm. This one, entirely different ball game. If one arm's slacking, it's going to get found out. And like I've said previously on my channel, my right side of my body, especially my upper half, my upper torso, is so much more weaker than my left. Like my left-sided lat compared to my right side is, I don't know if you guys can tell, but my right side is slacking ever so slightly, and it's annoying the shit out of me. But listen, no one's perfect. Robot built in a day, and every day we get stronger. Alright people, believe it or not, we're done on lats. Now we're moving on to the midsection at the back. Like I say, in the last clip, this machine to work on the midsection of the back, unbelievable, honestly. Absolute bosh. We'll do 5 sets of this, and then depending on what my battery is like, because it's on very low battery, I thought I charged it, but obviously I didn't. If the battery lasts, I will show you my last exercise, which is just simple barbell row. I'm pretty sure you're all familiar, but if I've got battery, I will show you. Anyway, let's get cracking. So with this one, I always like to start off quite light, as you can tell, 20 kilos each side. To some of you that might be quite heavy, but to me it's moderate, relatively light. First 1 or 2 sets, quite light. Really focus on your form, really focus on my repetitions, slow on the descent, and as I pull it back, hold it just for 1 or 2 seconds, and then release. Pull back, hold for 1 or 2 seconds, and then release. Focus on repetitions in terms of the amount of repetitions on a low weight for me. Probably do 1 more set of that, then increase the weight, and then at that increased weight, 3 more sets, and then we'll move on to the next exercise. So yeah, I like to mix it up every now and then. I like to do a combination of heavy weights, combination of high reps, low weight. I like to mix things up. It's weird. My workouts are never the same. They change on a monthly basis. And like I've always said on my previous videos, I'm a massive advocate and a big believer in changing your workouts, because you've got to keep the body guessing, do you know what I mean? So yeah, 1 more set on this weight, we'll increase the weight, 3 more sets on that, then we'll move on. Alright, so a little bit of a detail on the way to the barbell row. We stopped off onto this above me. Don't really know what to call it, don't really care. All I know is it feels fucking mint. We'll go for 3 sets, might as well, and then we'll jump on to barbell row, I promise you. Alright, we finally made it. Barbell row to cap off back. I always finish my back workouts with barbell row. I just feel like it works the majority of the muscles in your back. The midsection, the rear delts, not so much of the lats or the lower, but it works a good region of the back. So I always finish my back days off with barbell row. 3 sets of 20 kg on each side. I don't tend to go heavy on barbell row just because I'm leaning over and I don't want to back like a fucking quaver at the end of the year. Do you know what I mean? So keep it to a medium, light to medium, moderate weight. and then I'll try and focus on the repetitions rather than the heavy weight to cap off the exercise and to cap off the back workout. So let's crack on with it. Yeah, hope me feel dizzy.